Leave me alone!
Fallout 76 is a game that is so insultingly lazy and incompetent on every level of game design and development that I am lost beyond words of just how bad this game is. I don't even know where to begin. So, I guess I'll just tell the gist of what the game is about first and try my absolute hardest to go from there. You wake up making your character's face in what is perhaps the ugliest creative face ever. Apparently you can't make them look less than 40. Your vault opened and you and every other Vault 76 resident, aka the other players, leave the vault and just do whatever. Bethesda thought it would be an innovative idea to make every living character a player and have every quest or event giver be an automated message, robot, or audio log that you listen to when you Pip-Boy. What the hell were they thinking? This makes the game less immersive and interesting, not more. The quests are boring. Not since No Man's Sky have I ever played a game so boring due to how pointless everything feels to do. It puts me to sleep sometimes.
Overseers, let's call these personal journals. Not an official log, just... Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm home. Sorry, it's... Overseer's personal journal. I was in my junior year when I got the news that Mom died. Mining accident. Everyone in West Virginia has a story like that.
Yeah, I'd like to order a chocolate pancake. Even the locations are absurdly uninteresting. Ooh, look! Abandoned Mineshaft 4. Wow, how surprising. Also, what the hell is up with every quest being auto-active every time you find one? I spent a large amount of my time exploring the map without knowing how to get all this fucking text off the right side of the screen. It's distracting, especially when wearing a suit of powered armor, when you can't see your fucking AP or ammo count. You get this text off by going in the data and disabling all of the quests. But still, why couldn't they just do what Elder Scrolls Online did and only have one quest active at a time? Because this game is online only, there's no pause. This presents some major issues. A lot of times when you're running around the world and you don't see any enemies or the stealth indicator says you're safe and hidden, you'll check on your inventory and quests, right? Reading something or even leveling up. And all of a suddenly, an enemy will pop up out of nowhere and push your shit in. Trying to check your Pip-Boy? Random enemy attacks you. Trying to pick a lock? Nope. Gotta kill that super mutant that wasn't even there a second ago. Building shit in your camp? Which I'll explain later. No! Mole rat comes and bites your dick off. In your own fucking campground. The game literally has no safe zone. Enemies can be anywhere and everywhere. Sometimes you'll just get ambushed by like a dozen enemies at once. Where the fuck did all these ghouls come from? It's almost as if the game activates me as a direct target and all the enemies in the vicinity just magnetically cling to me all at once. And a short time after, all their corpses turn into giant meat piles with fucking flies swarming all over the fucking place. Great. Appetizing. And every time you drop an item, you put it in a brown paper bag that looks like it has diarrhea shit seeping through it. You can fit anything in this paper bag. The logic is astounding.
Hey guys! I didn't know what to do with this missile launcher that I couldn't fit in my backpack, so I just left it here in this paper bag that I threw up in earlier, that I obviously can't carry. Can you guess how I fit it in there? It's not magic. I just did it the same way I put my launcher in a lot of places. There's a hole in the floor. I'm the retarded cousin of Eminem. Okay, back to you, Darian.
You know what's always been a really essential gameplay mechanic of the Fallout series? You guessed it, VATS. Because everything in this game runs in real time, VATS is almost worse than useless. Instead of pausing or slowing down time to target an enemy or an enemy limb, it just basically auto-aims you to an enemy with a chance to hit or miss And every time the enemy moves, not only does the percentage often goes from 95 to 0 within a single fucking frame, the entire camera turns into a fucking vibrator. That drains your AP, which is also used to sprint. Gee, in this game, what would you rather be able to use? I mean, it's not like you don't hit your target as long as you can have your crosshairs on them. When you aim right, you hit them. Aiming in this game isn't too hard to the point where you feel the need to ever use the shitty VATS in this one. There are only a couple very rare occasions where VATS actually help me out. When your character levels up, you don't have tally marks to improve all your skills and abilities like in the other ones. Instead, the game just gives you perk cards in each of the 7 specials. Oftentimes, you can also rank up perks that you wish to benefit more from. I don't like this change. I don't like it one bit. Oh, and there's also no respec for this, so, yeah. Good luck dealing with that bullshit when the time comes. You can only equip the amount of perk cards that equate to the number of that special that they are for. But at the same time, the game lets you swap different perks at any given time you can, or when you need to. Which is cool, but doesn't that also kinda eliminate the point of only being able to choose to have certain things equipped? You might as well have certain perks always active, such as lockpicking or computer hacking, which thankfully those things have been left untouched for this game. I will say this, however. Do not use the Born Survivor perk. It's for allowing the game to automatically decide when to use your stim packs for you when you're low on health. In case you don't realize why this is such a horrible, poorly thought out perk, let me explain it to you. Say you're at a low level and you stumble upon a group of over-leveled enemies, like rad scorpions that you can't outrun and they never stop chasing you. The game will keep using up all your stim packs when you are almost dead, and will keep repeating that process until you run out of stim packs. Then you eventually die and respawn, but with no stim packs to help you the next time you are in a fight that you do have a chance of winning. So it fucks you over. Now, when I was stupid enough to have this equipped, I was lucky enough to find a car to blow up to kill myself instantly so that I wouldn't keep auto-depleting my stim packs. So do not equip the Born Survivor perk, especially since healing yourself manually with a stim pack can be as easy as pressing the right button. So what's the point of even having this idea for a perk, Bethesda? Dumb shits. Let's finally move on to the camp that I mentioned earlier. Your camp is like your hideout, and you can build things with materials that you've collected or from junk that you've scrapped. Things like buildings, platforms, walls, furniture, a bed, a stash to store some inventory in, stuff like that. The one bad thing about this is that you need to pay caps every time you want to relocate. The good thing is that it thankfully saves and stores all the things that you've previously built. In order to fast travel, you have to always pay caps, and the farther you want to go, the more you need to pay. Are you kidding me? When you die and the nearest location you've discovered is a little far away, you need to fast travel back and pay caps. If you glitch out and get stuck in the ground or some bullshit, you need to fast travel out of it and pay caps. If you're lucky and die in or very close to the location you died at, you can just fast travel there and collect your dropped loot without needing to pay. Okay, but what happens if you have no caps? How are you gonna respawn? Now, what is it with this world map anyway? Why does it show landmarks of locations on the map that you haven't even discovered yet? And why is there no interior map to this game? Whenever you open the map while inside a building, it just gives you the world map. They forgot to make interior maps. Most of the time, I don't look forward to exploring interiors because I know I'll get lost. One thing that you will slowly begin to notice about the game map is that various locations are duplicate building templates. I'm not joking. The train stations, power stations, and radio towers are all exactly the same. That's how fucking lazy Bethesda's attempt was. Anybody, and I mean anybody, can make one of each building type and cake the same design over the map and tell you, okay, map is done. I'm going home now. Okay, bye. There are a few small things about this game I do like, such as being able to craft weapons and armor, ammo and chems, and being able to mod your weapons. However, I found needing to find the materials required to make these a real chore, so most of the time I just didn't bother developing weapons and armor. You can also cook your own food, and yes, you do need to eat and drink in this game. I never mind survival elements like these in games, but I understand that there are a lot of people out there who don't, and I would have appreciated it if they were to make it an option to be able to disable or enable this feature like how it was with the hardcore mode in New Vegas. There are also nukes that you or other players can set off, and you will need to escape the blast area. I love watching these go off. They are kinda awesome, I guess. And now, for the best, most entertaining part of Fallout 76, you can play guitar to tune yourself. Like all Fallout games, each new entry always introduces at least a few new enemy types. In Fallout 76, you have the usual basics like feral ghouls, super mutants, rad roaches, mole rats, bloat flies, things like that. Since there's no other living humans besides players, raiders have been replaced by the Scorts, who basically are just like feral ghouls that can shoot guns and sometimes talk. You also have these smaller types of robots. There are now these guys called mole miners that are sometimes a pain in the ass. There are these giant blob things called Grafton monsters that are found in the city of Charleston, and maybe the surrounding areas. They also added urban legend enemies such as the Flatwoods monster and the Mothman. Of course, I didn't take these on because I was a really low level at the time I encountered them. So overall, I found the enemy variety actually quite... Wait. Bee swarms? Seriously? Bee swarms?
Oh! No, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
Well, I didn't have much experience with other players. There was one instance where I stole something in a workshop by accident. Then some guy named McAwesomeGuy came to me and traded some stuff with me. Then he killed me with my own grenade launcher that I gave to him. Because I was a wanted player. Then when I came back to the spot he killed me at, I tried shooting him to get vengeance. But nothing was happening because he didn't shoot me back, and neither of us were wanted players by then. And you can only kill someone outside of an agreed duel if they're a wanted player. So we just teamed up to chew bubblegum and kick ass until my server's timed out. I suppose I could try taking over a workshop someday and try to defend myself against other players, but I don't want to. I'm scared that the higher level boys will beat me and message me by saying they fucked my mom last night. I don't want to know about that.
But all that could be considered good with Fallout 76 is washed away. Washed away by countless crashes and technical bugs, like reverse Listerine, to create probably the most broken game I ever seen.
It looked like this.
There are many, many bad bugs to be found in Fallout 76, including, but not limited to, horrible choppy frame rate that hurts your eyes and makes you nauseous, severe building and texture pop-in, enemies being pre-rendered into the map, enemy bodies doing a butt dance, enemies being invincible, you being invincible, enemies searching for you in the opposite direction from where you made noise or sight, and sometimes they don't even move at all. They just stand there, letting you put them out of their misery from this wretched game. And sometimes they just kill themselves by shooting cars instead of shooting you. Fallout 76 is a game that fans never asked for, but rather Todd Howard and the rest of Bethesda thought was going to be a great idea, but ended up turning into a $60 hot piece of beta garbage that nobody should ever pay money for, even as it's down to $35 after only 2 weeks of release. Maybe they thought that players would act like NPCs somehow, but they don't. They never have. Players suck. Randoms especially suck. And they will always try to take advantage of you to benefit their gaming experience. Fallout does not belong outside of single player, and this just shows it. This is a game that people never wanted to happen. It's a game that didn't need to happen, but ultimately, it's a game that shouldn't have ever happened. Fallout 76 earns a 3 out of 10. And I think that's fair. And I'm going to say this loud and clear. Fuck Bethesda. Fuck them. And fuck Elder Scrolls 6. I hope it can be good, but it most likely won't because it's Bethesda. And they have proven that they suck. They keep using the same outdated engine, and they are completely out of touch with their audience. So as long as they keep putting out garbage like this, and then lie by pretending they are giving us a masterpiece, stop supporting them, stop defending them, and most of all, stop buying their products. Thank you for watching.
The Gamer Gods.